All right, let's rock.
62 Spider-Man, 66-6.
Hello and welcome to Young Stars. We are here in Thibodaux, Louisiana. Live in effect. Lots of background noise though. Kind of loud in the background.
Yep. A little loud.
A little loud.
Yeah.
That's just the excitement.
So we are here for Team Chicago versus Team Trans Rollers United.
As opposed to TransUnion, yes. All right, I am Whistles from the great state of Delaware with a question mark.
And I am Thinman from Nashville Roller Derby.
Awesome, so you're used to the alls.
Yep.
All right, take it away.
All
You're
right.
the team.
So, let's see.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. For Trans Rollers United, we have number 0010, The Antichrist, number 734, Higgs Bosom, number 14, Sachet, number 18, Slamwich, number 39, Evie, number 44, Nat Attack, number 501, Destiny's Favorite, number 55, Soda Pressed, number 6, Uwu, number 616, Scrape Goat, number 62, Spider Wham, number 626, Curse Kill Stitch, number 67, Huntress, number 7, Bold Move Buttons, number 79, Ripley, number 808, Feral, number 89, Ericus, and number 946, Sugar.
And during the first break, I'll get to Chicago.
All right, and
for
coaches.
Arrakis. As in Dune, the planet.
Arrakis.
There you go. Shahaloo.
All right, and Jam 1 is underway. We've got Ice Hurt on the line for Chicago and Slamwich wearing the star for Trans Rollers United. And it is Ice Hurt with Chicago as your lead jammer.
This is only our second game tonight of the tournament that have actually gone like a full-on game of 30 minutes.
That's correct. This is a full, well, I think last bout was 30 minutes. So yes, this is our second bout of the tournament at full length. And Chicago goes ahead and picks up 4 on that jam before calling it off. Trans Rollers United with nothing but vibes on that one.
Do prefer a good full length. Oh, that is awesome. So we have the 6-pointed star for Chicago.
Right.
Gotta get closer to the mic.
All right, and on Chicago, we've got Blink-182 wearing the 6-pointed star, and Sachet is on the line for Trans Rollers United. And it is Blink-182 is your lead jammer, as Sachet is recycled to the back of the pack.
Hopefully they won't have to sachet away. We're good.
They have Sachet has stashed the star as Blink-182 has completed a scoring pass, and Sugar is your new jammer of record for Trans Rollers United. Sugar of Chattanooga Roller Derby.
Looks like we had 2 in the box there for Chicago. 1 in, 1 out real quick.
And Sugar puts the first 4 points on the board for Trans Rollers United.
And takes a little bit of a tumble right there at the edge of turn number 4 on the end.
Blink-182 is going to go ahead and call that one off as Chicago picks up 4 and Trans Rollers United picks up 4, bringing the score to 8-4 in favor of Chicago here with just over 27 and a half minutes left here in the first period.
Looks like we're going to have Akira going up against Ripley. R.I.P. Lee.
Ripley, a very agile skater from Nashville Roller Derby. And
it does look like Akira has gotten out and will be your lead jammer for the third jam out here.
Ripley is knocked outside, then takes a spill in the middle of the pack. Akira skips through and picks up 4 points on the jam. Ripley stuck in the pack.
That defensive blocking on the edge there of turn number 3 is really hardcore. Oh! A quick hit into the back goes Akira. Looks like they may have been called for a back block there and will go to spend their time in the Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box.
So it is a power jam situation for Ripley. Let's see if True can take advantage of that and pick up some points, as Ripley has stashed the star.
Looks like Ripley was able to pass that star over. That's Nat Attack now at 44 with the star.
Nat Attack coming back around on a scoring pass up against a wall of Chicago blockers at the front of the pack.
Being recycled back by our own wrecking bill of our announcing crew from this weekend, out there playing for Chicago this weekend.
Nat Attack up against a solid Chicago wall. Recycled once more as Akira slides through for 4 points and calls that one off. That one comes to its natural conclusion. True puts up 3 points on the board, while Chicago puts up 12 for a score of 20-7 in favor of Chicago.
Looks like Rachel Rage got called in the back for a multiplayer and will spend out. That'll be one less on the field for Chicago.
So True with the pack advantage, a slight pack advantage.
It's going to be Slamwood versus Ben Hurt. Ben putting a hurting out there. But also gets caught for a forearm, gets out, gets your lead, and then gets called for a forearm. That's a power jam in favor of True.
And Slamwich escapes away on an initial pass.
Looks like they did not get assessed on Chicago, so that means, yeah.
Trans Rollers United with the first, is this the first league jam?
This is their first, yep.
This is their first league jam. So Slamwich gliding through for a quick 4 points, re-engaging the pack, taking the inside lane, knocked inside, and recycled to turn 2 as Ben Hurt re-enters the track.
And a call-off.
Slamwich goes ahead and calls that one off before Ben Hurt can re-enter the pack to score any points. And Trans Rollers United, True picks up 6 on that one, putting Trans Rollers United within 7 of Chicago.
Chicago's going to field Ragnarocker. Can't see the numbers at 14. This is Sachet. Yeah, so we're going to have Sachet versus Ragnarocker. That was the first that Chicago was actually held scoreless. So let's see how they go now with True. Ragnarocker pulls to the inside. Sash still held in the back. Oh, pulls the star. Looks like they're reassessing the field, trying to figure it out. Their pivot doesn't seem to be in the equation at this point, though. They may have just be holding that on.
As Ragnarocker slides through for a quick 4 points.
Up, we have a fake pass there. Something good to see from your teammate. Oh, what a hard hit. That's up and at him.
4 more points for Ragnarocker. Playing Secret Derby, 2 points per blocker. Ragnarocker re-engaging the pack up against the...
Just made some kind of prophecy there. Ragnarocker, secret blocker.
Up against a four wall of Trans Rollers United skaters, but breaks free for 4 more points. Meanwhile, Sugar takes the star for Trans Rollers United.
That's the second pass that's gone to Sugar. The third star pass overall.
And that is a 14-point jam for Chicago. Trans Rollers United held scoreless.
We're going to have Ice Hurt for Team Chicago. So hard to read numbers from this angle.
I believe that is Curse. Is that Curse Killstitch? I see the shoulder brace.
There you go, Curse. Okay.
And Curse is out in front for lead jammer for Team Trans Rollers United. And Ice Hurt takes a spin move inside, but is recycled. No, that wasn't Ice Hurt. That was a Chicago blocker, but Curse is going to pick up a point, but call that one off after Chicago picks up 3 on the jam. So that's 3 points for Chicago and 1 for Trans Rollers United, bringing the score to 37-14 in favor of Chicago.
So it looks like we have Slamwich coming in for their second run.
And Blink 1 Skatey 2 for Team Chicago. And Slamwich is fighting with a 4 wall at the front of the pack, trying to get some assistance from Destiny's Favorite.
Destiny's Favorite torn between trying to keep the open block up front but hold back.
And Slamwich is going to the penalty box, so it is a power jam situation for Blink 1 Skatey 2. I think it was a track cut, but I'm not entirely sure. It was a track cut. I have confirmation on that.
Thank you to our producer for the quick confirmation.
Blink 1 Skatey 2 picking up 4 more points on that jam. Or picking up 4 points on their initial scoring pass. Taking a spill at the front of the pack between turns 3 and 4 and calling that one off. 8 on the jam for Chicago.
Looked like they had a good apex jump there and then just got caught right on the edge and went down with it. Jammer standing in the box. It's going to be a very short power start for Akira from Chicago.
And here we are at jam number 8 with Akira and Slamwich. And it is Akira out front for lead jammer, as Slamwich is stuck in the pack, goes inside at between turns 1 and 2, but recycled.
Looks like a direction was called there.
On the true pivot. As Akira comes back around.
Nice hard hit defensively, pushing out Akira on the edge. That's 808 Farrell. Definitely keeping the defense walled up between turns 3 and 4. Now sprung free. Slamwich hot on the wheels of Akira. Let's see if they can get around and through. Oh, almost. Was that 1? That was 1. Beautiful. A lot of work there for 1 point on that edge, but well worth it. Got to keep that score running. Quick check of the score. It is going into jam number 9, 54 in the favor of Chicago to True's 15. Just a little over 17 and a half, a little under 17 and a half to go in this first half of our game.
And I believe that is Ripley on the line for Trans Rollers United. And Ben Hurt, this is, I believe, Ripley's first jam of the evening. No, second. Second jam of the evening.
Ripley went up against Ben Hurt on jam number 3.
And it is Ben Hurt as your lead jammer, but Ripley escapes on an initial pass. Ben Hurt takes a spill outside, calls that one off before Ripley can re-engage the pack.
I would too. The speed that Ripley was coming in, I would definitely, that was going to be an apex jump and a half.
Ripley is very fast and agile. He's great at the apex jump.
I will give it up for every skater in the world. I can barely even walk.
I feel way better now.
Let alone skate.
And we have a 888 official timeout. 888, the certified sweat saver from 888, top of the line safety standards and unmatched fit options. That's the certified sweat saver from 888. Of course, we want to thank our royal sponsors, AmeriHealth Caritas Louisiana, 187 Killer Pads, 888, and Louisiana's Cajun Bayou, Lafourche Parish. As we hear a rolling whistle, so that means we are getting back into derby action. And we've got Ice Hurt up against Slamwich on this jam, and Ice Hurt at the front of the pack up against a tripod of true blockers.
Beautiful pull of the jersey, quick whip around, and there goes Slamwich out as your lead. Slamwich moving through the pack there. One to beat and calls it off right off the edge of turn number 4, right before hitting back to the line.
So that's going to be a 2-point jam for True. And Chicago held scoreless.
For only the second time. Gonna have Sachet out there again for the second time. Going up against Blink 182. A lot of defense, definitely hard to keep track of. But Blink 182 gets out and will be the lead jammer for jam number 11. Oh, attempted apex jump, denied.
And that is Sachet of Red Stick Roller Derby of nearby Baton Rouge.
Next game tonight will be actually the Red Stick Juniors will be out playing.
Very cool.
Forearm penalty there assessed, trying to see who that was on.
That's Impale Ale. Yep, Impale Ale.
Impale Ale, yep. Looks like there was a star stash, potential pass, hide, and then put back on. Sachet will still remain the jammer for True. 4 points put up there, 8 points put up there, pardoned by Chicago, and a timeout called by True. This team timeout is sponsored in part by 888. The certified sweat saver from 888 is top of the line for safety standards and unmatched fit options. The sweat saver provides the best features and fit options for any derby helmet on the market. The sweat saver is best with skaters, engineers, and the testing facilities to bring you the safest helmet option available on the market. Try it out for yourself. And if you can read lips, you can tell exactly what they're talking about.
That is Coach Lilith Hesper Snacks and Gal Fox, Coach Gal Fox, discussing some strategy with Trans Rollers United.
Yeah, shout out to the officials. They are the greatest. We cannot do it without y'all. We really appreciate you being a part of this.
Thanks.
We'll give a little love to the officials in just a moment. All right, whistle starts the jam. On jam number 12, we'll have Soda Pressed out there for the first time for True with Ragnarocker.
And it is Ragnarocker with lead jammer status, as Soda Pressed is sent outside and recycled to the back of the pack. Soda Pressed of Eves of Destruction.
From Victoria in the BC. Special shout out to the EOD from the BC. From the TRU.
Ragnarocker picks up 4. Coming back around for another scoring pass. And calls it off before Soda Pressed can re-engage the pack.
But still brings up a single point. That was Scapegoat knocking him out there. Scrapegoat, pardon.
Scapegoat of Austin Anarchy and Texas Roller Derby, the bank track team in Austin. And here we are in jam number 13 with Slamwich on the line for True and Ben Hurt wearing the 6-pointed star for Chicago. And it is Ben Hurt out with lead jammer as Slamwich is recycled to the back of the pack. Slamwich finds the outside lane and slides through on initial pass. Ben Hurt keeping an eye on Slamwich and calls that one off just before Slamwich can hit the pack again.
Let them work out the maximum energy and then cut them off right before they're getting those points.
So that is 4 points for Chicago, bringing the score to 73-18 in favor of Chicago with just over 11 and a half minutes left in the first period.
A Wrecking Bill is actually going to be in the box, so there's going to be a pack advantage for True.
And that is Ice Hurt and Sachet on the line, and they Ice Hurt bringing the pack out and getting lead jammer as Slashay
looks like
has stashed a star. Takes a trip inside to the infield. Meanwhile, Ice Hurt is coming back around on a scoring pass up against a wall of white jerseys at the front with a little spin move and picking up those 4 points. Meanwhile, Sachet is takes the outside lane with a spin move and gets out on initial pass. Ice Hurt picking up 4 points and calling that one off. That's an 8-point jam for Chicago.
That was a lesson in subterfuge there. Sachet actually had the star stashed, made a quick jaunt to the left, making it look like they were going to pass to Sugar, and then went to the outside so quick that they got through, shocking everyone else while they were paying attention to Sugar. If it would have worked out, that would have been perfect.
And that was a 12-point jam for Chicago, not 8 as originally. And it is Blink-182 up against Ripley. Ripley taking a leap and a fall while Blink-182 comes out on lead jammer. Ripley recycled to the back of the pack as Blink-182 comes through on a scoring pass, making quick work of the pack for 4 points. Ripley stuck at the back of the pack. Well, Ripley has stashed the star. Looks like he has passed it
to Scapegoat.
Scapegoat is now the jammer of record for Trans Rollers United in this jam. Meanwhile, Blink-182 threw for another 4 points as Scapegoat gets knocked outside and recycled. Blink-182 re-engaging the pack.
looks like scrape got called and will spend time in the penalty box.
So that is a power jam situation for Chicago, which is not something Trans Rollers United needs right now.
And Chicago's going to call it off, get a fresh skater out there, start on a power start.
After a 12-point jam for Chicago.
Chicago burning on the century mark. Sure looks like they're going to discuss strategy for a couple of seconds, get everything going. That's an 11-3 run on lead jam in favor of Chicago, with Akira wearing the star currently. Akira tests the outside, moves to the inside for a free lane, taking the lead jam for jam number 16.
Scapegoat standing up in the penalty box. Getting ready to re-enter the pack, re-enter the track, and Scapegoat is now back on the track. Akira knocked out of bounds at turn 4. Flying out of bounds towards the Chicago bench.
Nice, good, solid hit to take them out. Fortunately, the aggressor got pushed out as well, so that meant no recycling at that point. Just a nice, solid jostling.
Scapegoat up against a tripod of Chicago blockers at the front of the pack. Akira is going to go ahead and call that one off with 4 points for Chicago, bringing them past the century mark. It's 101-18 in favor of Chicago here in period 1 with 7:15 left in the first period.
Looks like they actually tossed up and out their points, so it's 102. They got 5 on that one. I think it was a surprise even to the scoreboard. That's Soda pressed up there from the Eaves of Destruction. They were in the star again for the second time, going up against Ben Hurt.
Ben Hurt out on lead jammer. Soda Pressed has stashed the star. I don't know if that was a star or a pass. No, it was a stash.
Stash and hide.
And that is a 1-point jam for True and 3 points for Chicago.
Quick 3-1 there. Just a little over 6 left in the first half of this game. Going into jam number 17. Hampton Inn penalty box is empty for the first time. Let's leave it that way for a little bit.
And it is Nat Attack on the line for Trans Rollers United, Ice Hurt for Chicago. And it's Nat Attack's first jam. And Ice Hurt is out for lead jammer.
This is Ice's second time out there on the floor wearing the star.
Nat Attack with an apex jump over the second turn, and Nat Attack is out on scoring pass, but Chicago is going to go ahead and call that one off.
I would too.
Chicago is going to hit it and quit it, get those 4 points, and then call that one off.
It's a good Friday night when you can hit it and quit it and get those points and get it going. Or something like that.
Pack moving from the pivot line to the jam line, and it's Slamwich and Blink-182 on said jam line, and Slamwich has burst through for lead jammer for True. Sounds like we have a penalty on a True blocker. That is number 89, Arrakis, going to the penalty box. And True's going to pick up 3 points and call it off. And
looks like we may have a question of an official review here.
Yes, I see Coach Leilith walking towards the officials. So that is going to be an official review, I believe.
It's only the third time held scoreless there for Chicago.
And
I guess they're going to consider the official review but not go with it.
it's Ragnar Rocker up against Chattanooga Sugar for Trans Rollers United.
Rock Roller got called for a forearm.
So it
They
is.
went into the box, and then a cut track was just assessed against Sugar, so it's a quick in and out. Touch and go.
So Ragnar Rocker is going to come back onto the track, and it is a no lead jammer situation. So this one's going to go the full 2 minutes, and Ragnar Rocker taking a spill outside turn 1 and recycled. Ragnar Rocker taking the inside track, and
And it looks like Sugar got back out there and then got called on another cut. So it's going to be another power jam. But that wasn't was that a stoppage of time? I got a little confused there. Yeah, we're going to have
yeah, I think this is that official review.
timeout and an official review for Team White. Maybe. Or it's just an official timeout while they're trying to figure out exactly what was going on there. And during our official timeout, we like to talk about 187 Killer Pads. The Pro Derby knee pad from 187 Killer Pads brings patented features, unmatched ergonomic fit, and industrial strength materials. The 187, no other brand comes close to the innovation standards and fit options available. Also, shout out to AmeriHealth Caritas of Louisiana. AmeriHealth Caritas of Louisiana helps people get care, stay well, build healthy communities. Their Medicaid plan offers a wide range of benefits to best meet your health needs and those of your family. To learn more about AmeriHealth Caritas Louisiana, visit care4la.com.
Also, Lamar Advertising. Turn to Lamar Advertising for all of your outdoor marketing needs. Lamar of Homa is the largest provider of out-of-home advertising in Homa and its surrounding areas. Contact Lisa at the Homa office, 985-856-9690. That's Lamar Advertising of Homa.
So it's a solid, interesting line that we have here. So lead jam status goes in favor of Chicago. Jammer penalties go in favor of True. And star passes are still on the side of True. So it's True's got 4, 4, and 4, strangely enough, for their lead jammer penalties, star pass.
All right. Official timeout is over, and we are back to Derby action. It is Ben Hurt on the jammer line for Chicago. Sugar is still frozen in the penalty box, so it is a power jam, a power start for Ben Hurt, who gets lead jammer.
Sugar still serving that time for that double cut track penalty back to back.
And it looks like we just had a Evie of True was just sent to the penalty box. As we see
Spider Wham.
Spider Wham and Sugar back on the track.
Now I'm going to sing Spider Wham in my head.
Friendly neighborhood Spider Wham.
Scores the points.
And Chicago goes ahead and picks up 4 more points on that jam, bringing their total up to 8. Trans Rollers United held scoreless. And it looks like we may be calling for a timeout. Coach Lilith is out on the track. And
Yeah, there's still time left. I believe that there was some confusion as regard to who was actually going to be holding the score and the points together. Very chaotic, but it looks like Ice Hurt got out there as lead. Not exactly sure what happened there. There was a little bit of confusion. Now there's someone going to the box. We'll figure it out during halftime. We'll let you know. Or we could figure it out within the next couple of minutes.
that was Slamwich on the line for Trans Rollers United. That is a 4-point jam for Chicago, bringing their score up to 123 to 22.
Definitely a little bit of chaos there right before Jam 21 coming up now into Jam 22. Oh, and a quick timeout called on the side of Chicago.
That is a 888 timeout.
The 888, the certified Sweat Saver helmet from 888, is designed for derby, vert ramps, and everything in between. The Sweat Saver provides the best features and fit options for any derby helmet on the market, developed, tested, and trusted by the best. 888. I'd like to also thank Hampton Inn Suites Penalty Box, keeping our skaters occupied 30 seconds at a time.
Hampton Inn providing a comfy place for our skaters to check in.
Thankfully, they can check out as well. It's not
like
your
Hotel
room.
California.
There you go.
You can never leave. Heading back into derby action.
Rolling whistle got everyone a little bit jumping up there.
We've seen that a couple of times this weekend.
It was funny. I think it was the first game. Everyone just stood there.
Yeah. So it's Sachet on the line for True and Blink-182 wearing the 6-pointed star for Chicago. And Sachet is stuck behind a tripod at the back of the pack, while Blink-182 slides through for lead jammer. Looks like Sachet has stashed the star. Don't know if he's going to try to pass it off to the pivot or...
And they did.
And he did.
New name, Stashay.
So it is Evie who is now the jammer of record for Trans Rollers United. Meanwhile, Blink-182 drew on a 4-point pass.
Even a little bit of defensive blocking there.
Evie's going to approach the pack, but not going to... no, actually, Evie's going to get 1 point. And that's going to bring us into intermission. This is the All-Stars, live from Thibodaux, Louisiana. We'll
you guys were here.
All right. Well, now a quick land acknowledgement. Red Stick Roller Derby Juniors and the Y'all-Stars Southern Showdown team would like to acknowledge and pay tribute to the indigenous history of Thibodaux, Louisiana, as part of our responsibility to acknowledge, honor, and affirm indigenous culture, history, and experiences. This tournament is taking place on the occupied ancestral lands of the Chitimacha and Homa people, and we would like to recognize the communities native to this region. This includes the Caddo-Adai Indians of Louisiana, Biloxi Chitimacha Confederation, Chitimacha Tribe of Louisiana, Choctaw Nation, Coushatta Tribe, Four Winds Cherokee Tribe, Muskogee Creek Point Ocean Tribe, Tunica Biloxi Tribe, United Homa Nation, and others whose memories may have been erased by violence, displacement, migration, and settlement. We recognize the history of forced relocation by the United States government of many First American nations from their tribal homelands to our region in the late 18th century and throughout the 19th century. And here we are, 2 minutes left in intermission.
Talk about some quick stats from the first half. Our top skater scorers. Looks like we have Slamwich there with 18. I'm trying to read cursive for the first time in forever. Ice Hurt with... okay, there we go. Number 18, Slamwich with 12 points for true. Top scorers for Chicago are Ice Hurt, Akira, Blink, and Ragna. Some high scoring in the 20s there. Been a total of 10 penalties on either side. So kind of evened up there. That's good, at the very least. I don't know, do you want your penalties to be even, or do you want your scores, or, you know?
We've got some great representation on True. We've got skaters from Big Easy, Los Alamos, Jacksonville, Red Stick, Tampa, SoCal, St. Louis, Rose City in Monroe, Louisiana, Druid City out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Eves of Destruction, Peninsula Roller Derby and Bay Area Derby, North Texas Roller Derby, Austin Anarchy and Texas Roller Derby, the Bank Track League in Austin, Druid City Derby, Rocket City, Nashville, Naptown, Denver. We have a free agent, and Houston United and Chattanooga. So some great representation, some national representation.
Where's that celery soda energy? I haven't seen any celery. Where's You know, the Blue Rocks, which is the AAA team up in Delaware, their mascot is actually celery.
Oh, wow.
One of the mascots. So basically a celery will run out onto the field. It's a crazy, crazy thing. But otherwise, Derby.
Derby. And here we are getting ready for the second period now.
Five-second whistle blew, and we are back off and running with Ice Hurt going up against Slamwich. Stop me if you've heard this one before, folks.
Ice Hurt up in the front of the pack, but moved to the middle. Meanwhile, Slamwich knocked outside and recycled. It is Ice Hurt as your lead jammer. Slamwich has also escaped the pack on a scoring pass. Ice Hurt's going to try and pick up a couple of quick points here, and Ice Hurt is knocked inside and goes ahead and calls that one off after picking up a couple of points.
Looks like actually it was only just one. That is an amazing defensive run there from True, pulling only 1 point. That's, if you can't hold them scoreless, hold them to one. Got a question. Where is Slamwich from?
Slamwich is from Tampa. And we have Soda Pressed on the line for Trans Rollers United, Blink-182, wearing the star for Chicago. And it is Blink-182 that is through the tripod at the front of the pack for our lead jammer, as Soda Pressed finds the middle lane on his initial pass. I'm sorry, their initial pass. And Chicago is going to go ahead and get 3 points and call that one off before Slamwich can re-engage.
Engage the Slamwich. Looks like we're going to have Akira. So hard to read numbers. Going up against, is that Bold Move Buttons?
It is Bold Move Buttons of Denver.
This will be Bold's first time out there wearing the star. And it wasn't for very long, strangely enough. Took it off real quick there. Let's tell if they're doing a stash, a turn, smash, a burn.
And I missed the penalty, but I did see Scrapegoat go to the penalty box.
Marcomedes was in the box as well. Marcomedes will come out. Guessing the times you want to hear your name are not when the penalties are called for it. Akira gets through, pulls up their 4 points, dragging it up to 8, 140-23, holding Trans Rollers United scoreless on that run. We're going to have Ben Hurt up. There is an official timeout. Speaking of our officials, Montana Mauler, Pi Radical, FJ, Baron, Von Aaron, Hannibal Reffer, You'll Need a Rehab, Colonel Angus, Nopak Shakur, Guinness, Sydney Vicious, Cupcake, SOS, Misery Chop, Ivana Rage, Lucky the Irish, Psylocke, and Mazzalan. All of our fantastic skating officials and non-skating officials out there this evening giving us a hand here at the All-Stars. Also, sponsoring our official timeouts, 187 Killer Pads. Often imitated, never duplicated, stick with the best, worn by the most pros in the world. If you skate, you know why. The first company to make pads specifically for roller derby athletes, 187 Killer Pads.
And you want to stay tuned after this bout, because at 8:15, we've got a juniors bout starring Mars from Maryland area roller sports and Red Stick Juniors. That's going to be coming up at 8:15 with Johnny and PR Mageddon.
Thank you.
And of course, we have a full weekend of derby for you, as Ben Hurt makes quick work of the pack for lead jammer against Slamwich. Slamwich finding the outside lane, one to beat, and slides through on a scoring pass. Ben Hurt re-engaging the pack, getting points, knocked inside, calls that one off before Slamwich can re-engage the pack on a scoring pass. That is 2 points for Chicago, and Trans Rollers United held scoreless. Of course, as I was saying, we have a full weekend of derby because we have a full slate of games both tomorrow and Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is our first 4-day RollerCon this year. Last year we did 3. Let's see if Soda Press can pull up some score points for True, who have been held scoreless this half by Chicago. Looks like Ice Hurt will take the star and go running with it as they are your lead jammer. Testing the inside and the out. Gets just through the pack and calls it off. Pulling up 3 whole points. There's a thumb in there somewhere. That's what they said. I would say you got to slide the jokes in where you can, but that's the joke in itself. Looks like Chicago's going to start with 1 in the box.
And that's going to be Bold Move Buttons on the line for True. And Blink-182 wearing the star for Chicago. Bold Move Buttons at the front of the pack, 2 to beat. And takes the outside lane, sliding, pivoting for a lead jammer for Trans Rollers United. Blink-182 coming back around, but Bold Move Buttons takes a spill outside and is recycled to the back of the pack, calls that one off before Blink-182 can re-engage. And that is a 3-point jam for Trans Rollers United. Chicago held scoreless, which is a rarity.
That's a swap. True actually pulling up the points. Chicago held back. That was Button's second time out there. Maybe seeing more of them, given the points.
And we have a 888 timeout. Let's see.
Looks like we're going to have another official timeout.
Yep.
187 Killer Pads sponsors our official timeouts. No other brand comes close to the innovation standards and fit options. The Pro Derby knee from 187 Killer Pads brings patented features, unmatched ergonomic fit, and industrial strength materials, which is what you need to be made out of if you're going to announce in this league. Also like to thank AmeriHealth Caritas, Louisiana. They help people get care, stay well, and build healthy communities. Their Medicaid plan offers a wide range of benefits to best meet your health needs and those of your family. To learn more about AmeriHealth Caritas, Louisiana, visit careforla.com.
And we're teaming away with Bont for a massive gift card giveaway, a $500 giveaway to be exact.
Then did you say $500?
I said $500. It's $500.
Things I would do for $500.
Well, you could win $500 to spend on all your favorite Bont favorites: plates, wheels, bearings, accessories, or even a new pair of skates. Enter to win now at tinyurl.com/y'allstars giveaway.
Be my first pair of skates since I was like 12.
I actually skate Bont.
You skate Bont? Awesome.
I skate Bont.
Looks like there's a couple for Chicago down there in the Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box. One sitting, one standing. We're still in an official timeout.
Yeah, darling. I haven't made one, but Blue has touched me before. Yes.
Thank you to our special side event going on there from Johnny Peppers. Swapping out for the freshly massaged Muffin Tumble, who is now all aglow. Speaking of glowing, Ragnarokr and Slamwich out there. This is the second TRU in a row. Lead jammer.
And Slamwich is knocked outside and calls that one off after picking up, let's see, no points.
No
picking
points.
up no points.
That was
Only
in-
vibes.
Only vibes. There you go. That was in Pale Ale that knocked them out. Looks like we're going to have Curse out there for the first time.
Second time.
Second time? For
Second
Curse?
time. Yep.
Thank you. I have a producer who, it's awesome. I love that. This is awesome. I'm a one-man show at home, so.
And it is the Ben Hurt show. As Ben Hurt glides through for lead jammer.
Starring Ben Hurt, your lead jammer.
Curse has knocked outside, recycled to the back of the pack, tries the apex jump, unsuccessful, and sent back to the back of the pack up against a tripod of Chicago blockers, knocked inside again once again. Rolled back.
Yeah, we want to roll forward. Roll forward. Score those points. Do the things.
Ben Hurt at the top of the pack, getting those 4 points.
That's a destruction of pack in a different way.
Curse finding that inside lane and getting 4 points for True. Or, no, I'm sorry, that was the initial pass.
That was the initial. Yeah.
That was the initial. Ben Hurt's going to go ahead and call that one off before Curse can re-engage, but picks up 1 point on that pass, bringing Chicago up to 5 on the jam.
It's 150 to 26 currently in the half. Going into jam number 8, just a little under 22. Breaking that streak there. For True, we're going to have Nat Attack out there against Ice Hurt. We need to have Ben Hurt out there against Nat Attack so we can have the Battle of the Hyphens.
And it is Ice Hurt with the lead jammer status, as Ice Hurt comes back around up against a tripod of white jerseys, getting some assistance from their blockers, 1 to beat and free with 4 points. Nat Attack is also out on initial pass. Ice Hurt re-engaging the pack. Ice Hurt finding that inside lane, taking a hit right there, but calling it off.
Looks like towards the end there, Wrecking Bill got called for what appears to be a forearm.
And I believe that was the Antichrist that gave that last hit that knocked Ice Hurt out. The Antichrist of locally of Big Easy Roller Derby out of New Orleans.
All right, for Chicago, we're going to have Blink 182 up against Sachet. Ooh, nice fall small there, holding up, turtling. Blink may have the star.
Both jammers are out and on each other's heels.
That is some hot jammer on jammer action going on there, definitely.
Sachet out in front.
Sachet with 1 to beat gets bumped to the inside. They'll get recycled. That leaves Blink to push up to the front.
And Blink's going to go ahead and call that one off after picking up 4 points.
True was able to pull up 3 on that, trying to keep the score athletic at this point. Chicago 159, Trans Rollers United 29. Going into jam number 10, just a little over 19 to go in this half. We're going to have Akira.
And Curse. Oh, Curse takes a spill.
Taking a hard bounce back there. We're going to call an official timeout for just a moment here.
And Curse actually just coming off of a shoulder injury, playing in Nashville's Scrimmage-a-thon a couple of weeks ago.
Gonna take a quick break here on the stream. All right, and we're coming back on there. We had a skater down who is back up and moving, thankfully of their own accord. And we'll get back to derby action in just a moment. Thank you for bearing along with us. Injuries are not something that we like to see or ever happen, but we are thankful for our medics and such who are here to help us out from all walks of life. These are all volunteers, folks. If you have the skills and you have the time, it is definitely something that is worth doing to help out your local roller derby teams. The official timeout still being held. Everyone's still up on the line holding on. They're getting ready to... Everybody wants to get back to the action there for a second, not realizing that we are still in the official timeout. There we go. The rolling whistle brings us back into the game time. 5 seconds called. And we're back off and running. We're going to have Ice Hurt up against Nat Attack. Sounds kind of familiar.
And it's Ice Hurt with lead jammer as Nat Attack is finding some trouble at the front of the pack. Nope. Nat Attack emerged and about to re-engage, but Ice goes ahead and calls that one off after picking up 3 on the jam.
Yeah, it definitely looked like they were going to be able to pass on the inside, and then all of a sudden it was just like, nope. I like my lead. I'm good, please. No points for you.
And it is Slamwich on the line for Trans Rollers United and Blink 182 once more for Chicago. And it is Slamwich at the front of the pack. 1 to beat, slides through for lead jammer True. And Blink 182 stuck in the back of the pack.
Slamwich getting the third of the half lead for True. This is their second of this half.
Slamwich with a little spin move there.
Little juke, jive, and wailed.
And that's 4 points for True. As I believe we have a star pass for Chicago. Or star stash.
Star stash and a...
And Slamwich is going to get 4 more points and call that one off for an 8-point jam for True, and it is the that's the biggest jam for True so far this bout.
Well, when you start from an idea and then you work your way up, I mean, this is one practice and one game. I mean,
that's right. This is their first sanctioned game. They just had their first practice last night. True, with Ripley on the line against Ragna Rocker.
Regina, Ragna, we're all.
And Ragna's out for lead jammer on this one.
We can say Regina and throw it out to our friends in the BC.
And Ripley is knocked down on the outside and recycled. As Ragna picks up 4 points, Ripley has passed the star to
Higgs Bosom.
Higgs Bosom? Yes, Higgs Bosom is now the jammer of record for Trans Rollers United, this jam. But Chicago is going to go ahead and call that one off. This is Higgs Bosom's first time jamming this bout.
And they were extremely happy once they...
Very happy. Some celebration going on at the Trans Rollers United bench. And that is a 7-point jam for Chicago.
That was the first star pass of the second half.
And we've got Nat Attack up against Ben Hurt once more. Ben Hurt making it look easy.
I think somebody heard me. Now we have a battle of the hyphens.
Ben Hurt coming through on a scoring pass, taking a hit and a spin move, but staying on his and picking up 4 points. As Nat Attack has 1 to beat at the front of the pack, now 2 to beat. Knocked inside as Ben Hurt re-engages the pack. Ben Hurt through 1 blocker, now 3 blockers and We have the Chicago pivots into the penalty box. Unfortunately, I didn't see the infraction.
Looked like it was a back block. We're going to have Spider Wham going into the box as well.
And Ben Hurt escapes for 4 more points. Ben Hurt back through on a scoring pass, trying to find that inside lane, but knocked inside at turn 3. And it looks like we do have a star pass to, nope, just a star stash.
Just a stash. Trying to get through. A little bit of a break there.
Ben Hurt's going to go ahead and call that one off after getting 8 points on the 12 points on the jam, bringing the score to 181 to 37 with just under 14 minutes left here in the second period.
And I agree with Blue Jay from the chat. True is doing an amazing game for their first time together.
Absolutely.
It's when you come to places like this and you actually get to see raw roller derby. You get to see the professionals, you get to see the really amazing players, and then you get to see the people at the start of their amazing careers.
Absolutely. And I feel like this is just the start for True, as Slamwich is on the line up against Ice Hurt. And it is Ice Hurt with lead jammer. We got a spill on turn 2, but
Marcomedes was able to get back up.
Ice Hurt back on the scoring pass, taking the tiptoeing along the inside line for 4 points. Slamwich is still on their initial pass.
Looks like they get recycled back to the inside. That's by 5.56.
Shenanigans. Slamwich out on scoring.
Looks like they did a stash,
yeah,
a score,
stash.
and then a call off. Yeah, so 4 points over to Chicago, bringing their score up to 189 with 8 points on that to True's 37. I am not going to read that there are no jammer penalties in period 2 yet. Oh, damn, my bad. Sorry. I'm not Johnny Peppers though. I'm not the curse meister.
No announcer's curse.
No announcer's curse there. Sachet going up against Blink 182. Blink trying the inside edge and the outside edge. Sass pushing the entire tripod along right over the pivot line. Blink breaks free. And they will be your lead. Looks like the box is clear for the Hampton inside.
And that is Evie pushing Blink 182 to the outside, forcing them to recycle to the back of the pack.
Looks like there was a star pass, like a pull and a stash there. So if Evie gets to be the lead jammer and they get...
It's an evolution.
To the evolution, yeah. Shocking. Oh, looks like a power jam going on for Higgs Bosom. Looks like there was a stash, a pass, and Higgs will actually be out there on a power jam.
Higgs Bosom from Los Alamos Derby Dames in New Mexico.
I'm sorry, the curse, yes, thank you. Johnny Pepper Jr. here, my bad.
Higgs knocked inside and forced to recycle. Getting some assistance from their true blockers. A shirt whip there attempted.
Shirt whip denied.
Higgs sent inside into the infield and forced to recycle. Meanwhile, Blink 182 is back on the track and fighting through. Blink 182 out
of the box and pulling up some points there. 4 points for them. In the interim, Higgs having a rough time of it, going up against Wrecking Bill, getting pulled back. A little bit of love shown there at the end.
A little under 10 minutes left. That was a 6-point jam for Chicago, 4 points for Trans Rollers United. The score stands at 195 to 41 in favor of Chicago. 9 3/4 minutes left here in period 2.
It's the Harry Potter time.
So it looks like we've got Curse back on the track up against Akira.
That's even better to see. Curse took a little bit of a bump earlier, but now is back out on the track. That's wonderful.
And Curse has lapped Akira, and Akira's going to go ahead and call that one off before Curse can engage for points. Smart move for Akira.
Let them waste their energy and then allow them to call it off. That's one of our first nothing, not runs for this. We can easily say that Chicago was held scoreless.
Do not pass go. Do not collect a shot of Malort. It is Ice Hurt up against Uwu, and Uwu from Peninsula Roller Derby and Bay Area Derby.
This is Uwu's first time, right?
It is Uwu's first time jamming, and it is Ice Hurt who is lead jammer.
And we had to say something because there goes Uwu to the box.
As Ice Hurt slides through on the outside for 4 points.
First time with the star, first time in the box.
Chicago now 1 point away from the second century mark, and Ice Hurt is going to get that point.
They are the
plus
second
some
city,
more.
so
Second city, second century.
maybe we
3 to beat. Knocked outside. Ice Hurt recycled to the back of the pack. Trying to get some assistance from, it looks like Shenanigans. Ice Hurt breaks through. Nope. Ice Hurt still up against 2 to beat at the front of the pack. Ice Hurt does escape the pack for 4 more points.
got Marcomedes and D-Ride actually holding the line back there. Quick stash and a pass. Looks like we've got a star pass possible going to Destiny's favorite.
Destiny's favorite of Druid City Derby of Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
I wonder why that's the Druid City.
I wonder as well. That is one piece of trivia I don't have.
Oh, see, you've had answers to all the other ones. That's no fair. Welcome to Stump the Thin Man. It's a 16-point run there for Chicago. That is the first double-digit run. Well, no, excuse me, the second of the half. And our second highest score of the game.
And it is so depressed on the jammer line up against Ragnarocker.
Ragna's like, I'll take this into my hands. I got this. And then Soda goes by.
So depressed with lead jammer for True.
Could you say that Soda Press is using celerity? No.
You certainly could.
Soda Press uses celerity. And gets stood up.
It is not very effective. So depressed, knocked inside. And recycled as Ragnarocker comes back through on a scoring pass. So depressed is going to go ahead and call that one off, but not before Chicago. Not before picking up 2. Chicago picks up 4.
Looks like Chicago's going to start 1 down in the box. Really True can use this to their advantage. Sweet.
So Tuscaloosa is known as the Oak City and the Druid City after an ancient Celtic people who worshipped oaks. Oak trees.
Well, that kind of makes sense. We Druids do love a good oak.
So it is Ripley up against Blink-182. And Ripley is getting some resistance at the front of the pack with a tripod of Chicago blockers. Knocked, sent to the back of the pack, but it is Blink 1 Skatey 2 with the lead jammer status. Ripley hot on Blink skates.
And the Hampton Inn penalty box is empty, so we're going to have full 5-on-5 action.
And Blink 1 Skatey 2 picks up the points and calls that one off before Ripley can re-engage. Nope, Ripley got 1 point.
That was a 3-1 run. Looks like number 89, Arakis, is going to wear the star. Shai Halu. '89 of the Fremen. For all my Dune fans. Going up against number 35 from Chicago. That's Ben Hurt. So again, we have the battle of the dashes. Or as we say in Morse code,
And it is Ben Hurt with a lead jammer. Once again for Chicago. Arakis also out on a scoring pass. Ben Hurt getting points and calling it off before Arakis can re-engage.
Now that was a nothing there run. Ben Hurt not knowing what to do with Arakis coming up. And let's just call it off. Sounds good. Why not? Sure. Going into jam number 22 with just under 250 left in the half. We're going to have Ice Hurt going up against Higgs Bosom. Bosom. It's just a fun word to say. Higgs.
And Ice Hurt is sent to the back of the pack, as is Higgs Bosom. Higgs finds the outside lane, but takes a hit and is knocked down, but is set free. Now 1 to beat the pivot and knocked out. Higgs is knocked out, and it looks like we have a penalty on...
Looks like a couple of Chicago players going into the box. A little bit of a pivot run there. Right faster.
Ice Hurt threw on a scoring pass, picking up 4 points, bringing Chicago up to 222.
It's a slight mistake there. Higgs was the lead, but they took the star off for some reason. Not exactly sure. Maybe they weren't aware that they had been assessed the lead. But taking it off removes that option. So no lead has been, or lead gained, lead lost. So no lead has been reassessed.
So this one's going to go the full 2 minutes, of which we have 28 seconds left.
Yeah. And there was a star pass. Pass it over to Soda Pressed.
Soda Pressed once again of Eves of Destruction. Ice Hurt knocked out of bounds. Soda Pressed takes advantage of that and
gets
Soda
called
Pressed
for a cut. Soda Pressed looked like they had that, but unfortunately did get called for a cut. So we're going to go maybe one more. 12 points pulled up there by Chicago. Everyone rushing up to the line. Let's see if we can get this done. Okay, nobody rushing up to the line. Maybe we won't get this done. We'll figure it out. All right, we're going to have the one more. That's Akira out there.
Against Soda Pressed. Well, Soda Pressed is still in the penalty box, so it's a power start for Chicago, and Akira gets knocked out of bounds and recycled to the back of the pack. Tries to get the inside lane, but knocked inside and recycled to the back of the pack. Now Akira is up at the front of the pack. 2 to beat, slides through, and
will be your lead when Soda actually is sprung free from the box and calls it off. Our next game in the open division bracket will be Florida versus True, and that is tomorrow, Saturday. That'll be at 12:20, as opposed to game 28, which will be following that at 2:10. That's our next section game between B-Side and Chicago.
And that whistle tells us that the score is final, 230-44. Chicago wins. Of course, stay tuned because next at 8:15 we've got Maryland Area Roller Sports Juniors versus Red Stick Juniors. And we'll have Johnny and PR on mic for that one.
Oh, you guys are in for a treat for that one.
Absolutely. So for whistles, for Thin Mint, for Muff and Tumble on camera,
For our
and
fabulous
for
producer.
Star Trek producing. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you. I'll see you again tomorrow.
Same.
And
I'll be here.
Whistles will
Maybe.
be here tomorrow, and
God
all of
forbid.
us will be here tomorrow. But
Hi, Mom.
hello. So from Thibodaux, Louisiana, this is Y'all Stars Southern Skate Showdown.